Every woman will go through menopause. That's an estimated 1.3 million women in the U.S. alone who enter menopause every year. So why is the topic of menopause taboo? Well, Jill Angelo is joining us to discuss what everyone should really know about menopause and a digital platform that she has created to help people talk about this. Good morning, Jill. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing really good. Let's talk about the taboo word menopause and why is that such a taboo word?
I think menopause is taboo simply because it's associated with a lot of negatives in a woman's life: aging, moodiness, hot flashes. And typically, women are really uncomfortable to talk about it, partly because we don't really get any education throughout our lives as girls or as women about what this transition means. And yet, every one of us is going to go through it. So, too often, many women go through it in isolation and they kind of suffer in silence. So, what we're trying to do at Genève, besides offer telehealth support to women around the country, is also improve the conversation and normalize it by educating women, by starting the dialogue, and really by flipping the conversation to the positives that menopause represents. It's the kickoff to the second half of life. And as women, we have a lot of living yet to do.
Yeah, and what is so important is discussing it with your partner or your, of course, marriage or your husband or anything like that about this. So important, and that's where your annual report comes in.
Yeah, as a telehealth company, we're meeting with patients every day. And one way that we continue to improve our care is by listening. So we field an annual survey. It's called the Menopause Now report. And you can see the report. It's free for everyone to read on Genève.com. And what the report does is it not only informs women about what other women are experiencing in menopause, but also partners and men who really want to help and support their partner go through this transition. In the last 12 months, I think one alarming statistic we heard out of the last report, in which we heard from 120,000 women share their stories with us, was that 70% of them had put off their preventative care, basically due to the pandemic. We couldn't get to the doctor. So they were putting off things like their annual exam or their mammogram. And that's alarming because we might miss things that those annual exams typically call out in our health and wellness. And so what we want to do is really get women back to that kind of care and routine through telehealth. 49% of women said they're starting to use telehealth for menopause care, and Genève is here to support them to give that kind of care that they need.
Yeah, and it's very important as you're telling us, Jill. Let's talk very quickly why this digital health platform is so important.
The digital health platform at Genève is important for three core reasons. Number one, we give free education 24/7 for women on this topic. Number two, women can book appointments, again, 24/7 with healthcare providers, and then have a conversation, a 30-minute appointment through video or phone with a care provider from the comfort of their own home. And third, we give them access to quality wellness products, menopause supplements, and hygiene products that we have formulated. And again, we ship them to their homes. So it's all discreet and it's super convenient for women no matter where they're at.
Yeah, very important. I like this. And I will say, men, get involved in helping your spouse, your partner through menopause, and it's amazing. And Jill, you have all the answers on your website. Tell them where they can find it.
You can find us at Genève.com. It's GENNEV.com.
Perfect. Jill, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.